Oi, you! Yeah, you with the shit haircut. Are you bored of using a controller on racing games? Do you find that you constantly crash in the Monaco Grand Prix?
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
What you need is
a sim racing wheel.
So, open your drawer. Pick up that manky controller. And, oh, how'd that get in there? You best subscribe, otherwise you've got 2 days of bad luck coming your way. Put the controller in the drawer and let me open your world to why sim racing wheels
are a must-have.
I have been playing F1 games for around 5 years, but I've only been using a sim racing wheel for around 4 to 5 months at this current time of making this video. The wheel has thoroughly changed my racing experience, with the addition of force feedback to my game correlating to a more immersive experience. As displayed in this clip, force feedback is the mechanism in a wheel that creates a realistic playing experience by replicating the in-game circumstances such as the bumps of a curb or the vibrations of gravel. Force feedback is divided into 3 forms: gear-driven, belt-driven, and direct drive. Belt and gear-driven wheels are towards the lower end of the scale and provide great entry-level wheels. Gear-driven is the longest standing form of force feedback, and its mechanism relies on a small motor which is attached to a series of gears that amplifies the force feedback effect. Where this does produce a decent level of torque, the cog system can generate a noisy and rough playing experience. Belt-driven force feedback uses updated technology to create a belt and pulley system to support a small motor to produce more torque. Belt-driven wheels improve on where the gear-driven wheels faltered, with the belt systems dampening the details of the force feedback, therefore creating a smoother playing experience, but losing out on a higher strength of force feedback. Direct drive is the current highest level of force feedback, and this correlates with the consumer pricing of these wheels, with many of them clocking in above £1,000. Within this system, the mechanism focuses on the steering wheel being directly coupled to the motor shaft. Direct drive wheels generally use larger motors and therefore produce a high level of torque, which creates the most realistic playing experience to date. Here's what I believe to be the best entry-level sim racing wheels. Firstly, we have the 2 gear-driven Logitech wheels. The G29, which is compatible to PlayStation, and the G920, which is its Xbox counterpart. Both wheels are 11 inches, have 900 degrees of rotation, and are finished with a leather steering wheel cover. Alongside this, they both come with a 3-pedal set, which allows you to implement the clutch pedal into your driving experience. Both wheels retail for around £250, but can be found for cheaper on resale marketplaces. Lastly, you can buy the Logitech shifter separately for around £40. We then have my current wheel, which is the Thrustmaster TMX, and its PlayStation counterpart, the T150. The TMX wheel has 900 degrees of rotation and a mixed belt, pulley and gear system, whereas the T150 has an astonishing 1080 degrees of wheel rotation and is solely a belt pulley system. Both wheels retail for around £200, but as before, you can find them cheaper on retail sites. However, the wheels only come with the 2-pedal set, but can be upgraded to the Thrustmaster T3PA 3-pedal set for £114, or just go for the TMX Pro version or the T150 Pro. Here is a side-by-side comparison lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. On the left-hand side is the wheel lap, and on the right is the controller lap. If you're not already convinced that the sim wheel is a must-have, then you definitely will be by the end of this lap. We now focus on the wheel lap. As I weave through the streets of Baku, you can see that the gear shifting is smooth, and the faster upshifts make for better traction as I come out the corners. Furthermore, the steering is very smooth and allows for better control of the car. We now compare this to the controller lap, and the first apparent difference is the rigid steering. Solely relying on a thumb on a joystick is difficult when having to make quick adjustments. Furthermore, shifting is not half as fun as it is with the wheel. Using the shifters on the wheel after using buttons on a controller feels like you've upgraded from Mazepin to Hamilton. Watching me storm around the 3rd sector as we revert back to the comparison view, I find that there is a clear pace differential. Where the newer F1 games have bridged a closer pace gap between wheel and controller, if you are passionate about racing games, the wheel gives you the overall edge against your controller counterparts. This freeze frame shows you the whole picture. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications.